Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw TOPH BEIFONG from The Last Airbender. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look at the description and you'll find a link that you can click on. It will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, TOPH, right? I'm pronouncing that right? At least I hope I am. This is a request, so I'm not going to lie. I don't know anything about this character. Luckily, I've been schooled that she's blind, and that helps because I'm not going to draw pupils. I'm going to make her look blind, so to speak. But yeah, I'm going to try to make her a cool fighting character in like a nice fighting pose. And go from here. So yeah. This was a request. And so I'm just kind of filling out some of those requests, just kind of finishing them up. Because I get quite a few. And if any of you have requested, just understand, yeah, I get a lot. I get a lot of requests. And that's great, because I want to draw what you guys want to see, obviously. But that also means, you got to give me time. Because I get a lot. So I got to pace myself, find the room, and make it look good, Okay, this one might be a quick sketch because it's going to be about, the details are all going to come out about with the coloring. So, I'm not going to add like all the specific little details, just enough to get us going, right? But also the other thing is, this is based on an animated figure, so in so many words, I'm not going to add a lot of. It's not going to look like a regular animated person. I'm going to try to make it look real because that's how I draw, and all the details are going to be, the realistic anyway. Not the animated. The animated style. I want to say animated cutesy style, but that's not really what I'm trying to say. Okay, and I'm going to do as best I can because she does have a lot of hair in her face, right? I'm going to do as best I can, try to make it look like her in a realish type kind of way. Does that make sense? There's only so much I can do to make it look animated, but there's a lot I can do to make it look real. So that's why I'm trying to I wanted to say marry the two, but complement the two. Put them together. Like that. Let's see. The hand's a little long, so let me see if I can bring that in just a little bit. There we go. And so also like I said, I've got her in a very, very fighting pose. So I'm trying to capture what I was talking about, the whole realistic look with still a real cool fighting pose. And then this one I'm going to do, let's do a side view. Like that. I think that's not too bad. And so, like I said, see, I think the sketch alone is going to be good. That I don't have to worry too much about the other details until it comes time to actually ink it in. That's when all that will come into play. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Let's erase some of this. Let's get the pencil lines in there, out of there, sorry. And then we'll welcome everybody that skipped. Now, what I usually say is erase your sketch lines, keep the confidence lines, because as you first start, you just throw lines down and you sketch. But as you get more confident with your line placement, you press harder and those lines get darker. So those are your confidence lines. So what I usually do is I erase my sketch lines with a light erasing, and they disappear faster than the confidence lines. So we're going to follow our confidence, get rid of the sketchiness, and live our lives like that, right? Always follow your confidence. But sometimes, like the bottom half, the sketchiness worked out. You trust your sketch, you know? So I think that's good. I got it ready. I can see enough of where I'm going to go. I'm going to welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of my sketch lines, but I left enough to guide me. So I'm going to start with the face. Now, I know she's blind, so I'm not going to draw the pupils. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm going to do that with color. So for right now, it's just going to be white. Okay, so just keep that in mind where we're going. And her hair is going to be in her face. So I'm going to start off with drawing one eye like this. Okay, and the other one is going to be kind of behind some hair, so I'm not going to draw it yet. I'm just going to do, let's do the bottom part. Like that, okay? And so now the hairline I'm going to do like this. And that's going to be kind of in front of her face, right? So that's why I just wanted to make sure some of that's there, because you can't really see the other eye now. I'll say you can see this much of it. That's all you can see. Now again, draw some more hair. Like this. And so that's all you can see of her face. So I'm going to build off of that. So I'm going to say it's coming back here. We're going to say you can see an eyebrow back up like that. There's another one coming down like this. Again, you can only see so much, so you can also go ahead and draw this hairline. Again, just so you can see how much is in front of her face. Like that. I'll draw a few of these hairlines, but not all of them. I want to draw them all, but I shouldn't, because color should take care of a lot of this. But I wanted some of it flying in her face, basically is what I want. So I'm going to say her nose is coming down here. And that's all we're really able to see because, again, because of her hair. I'm going to draw her mouth. Like this. We'll go ahead and draw a little bit of a lip. I'm not going to draw lips because it would look like she's wearing lipstick, and I might do that with color, but I'm trying not to emphasize that. I'm just trying to emphasize that she's got lips. Okay. Now, also, I'm switching over to the big Sharpie soon, so I'm going to start to thicken up these edges to make it look like this Sharpie, just to give you a heads up, just so you understand what I'm doing. So I'm going to draw her chin or her jaw, connecting to her chin. Like this, and so that's why I'm starting to thicken stuff up. You don't have to if you don't want to, especially if you're working with pencil. I'm just telling you why I'm doing this. Okay, so there's her neck. All right, so her ear, is going to be like this. But that little pom-pom thing that's on the side of her head, I'm going to draw that first. So I've got that kind of over this ear, and that's all you can see. Okay, so let's draw her band. This, and there's the back end of it. And let's see, let's go ahead and do it. I was gonna say let's do this with color, but you know what? It would look good if we did it. So there you go, we add a little bit of detail to that little band right there. Okay, so now I wanna do the back of her head, the poof, right? So let's draw, and it's hard to see what this is because in the animated and all that stuff, it's just a big round circle, right? I mean, I don't have a 3D looking figure to look at, so I'm gonna kind of stylize it myself. So I'm gonna say it's kind of coming back like this, going up, and like that. So I kind of did make it just round. I kind of made it my own, kind of stylized it. And again, I'm thickening it up just a little bit. All right, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna switch over to the big Sharpie and start with the costume. So I'm going to draw her lapel, like the flap, like this. See how thick that is? That's what I was talking about. I wanted to try to match how that's gonna be. And then we're gonna say the color goes back around like this. Okay, I'm gonna raise that a little bit higher. And I kind of went into the chin. Let me clean that up a little bit too. Just because I want it smooth. There we go. Okay. Wait, since we're here, let's go ahead and do her shirt. Again, because I can control the line width much better. That's why I'm doing it like this. All right. Okay, so I've got this arm raised up, which means the shoulder is going to be raised up, which also means her material is going to be kind of wrinkled a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to draw the edge down here to the side of her shirt, and then I can draw the rest of it coming up. And I just wanted to draw what's in front first. That way when you draw what's behind, you know your limits, you know what you're supposed to be drawing. Okay? So again, raised up, so everything is raised up. So shoulder, material, all this stuff is all, I like to say, bunged up. Got it hanging down off her arm like this. All right, so again, because it's material all wrapped up on itself, I like to add wrinkles, creases, and folds to show that it's all wrinkled on itself because of the way she's got her arm lifted. All right. Okay. So let's draw this arm. So this arm, we're going to come up, and she's got like a wrist gauntlet on. So I'm going to draw. See, the shoulder was here to the bicep to the crook of the arm, and we'll say the underside is right there. So I can draw her forearm like this. Now, like I said, there's a gauntlet that's right around there, so we got to leave room for that. And then I can draw her wrist. Now it goes around the back like this, but we can't see that from the way the angle is turned. So that's why we're just drawing it for pretty much the top view. And so now I've got her fist just like this. So nothing too crazy. Just drawing a regular old fist from the flat front view, I guess. And I'm just basically drawing fingers. I'm going to add some little bend lines in a second to try to show you where they're bent in. Okay, and there you go. So let's add. I'm going to do it with this Sharpie because, like I said, I can control the lines much easier than this one. All right, and we'll say that's wrapping around like that, but that's all you can see. And there you go. See, there's only so much we can do with this Sharpie anyway, so that's what I'm going to draw for her hand. Let's see, it does have a little bit of detail. And another layer there, so we'll do that. Okay? Awesome. Okay, so now we do the other side. And so I'm going to draw her shirt down like this. Draw that open end. Like this. And let me draw some wrinkles and folds on this too. But we'll go ahead and just draw the shirt and the sleeve. Okay. See, so because it's such a long flowing material, that's why I wanted to make sure I drew nice wrinkles and folds on that, because of the way it's all wrapped up on itself. Okay. And okay, so let's draw her arm. But see how thick this is versus that? That's why I was trying to thicken it up just a little bit. And ooh, you know what? Let's do this other little pom-pom thing over here too. Just to make it look consistent. That's why I was going for a thicker edge here. Again, if you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. I'm just working with what my Sharpies are doing. Okay? Okay, so this hand was just up in a fist. So the elbow's down here. There's the forearm and the gauntlet. That is back behind her fist right there, so we're not seeing much because it's mostly covered up. So that means the other fingers are pretty much wrapped up like that too. So all we can really see is that much of the thumb over the fist. And there you go. All right. Okay, so we're going to draw her belt. Like that. And now that I have that, I can, oh, there are some studs on there too. I can add a little bit of wrinkles and folds just to show that it's a material tucked into a piece of something, you know, in this case, a belt. And I like to do stuff like that, again, just to show that it's cloth that's pliable and movable, being tucked into something that's a rigid surface. All right, so this piece is hanging down like that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and draw it real fast. Okay, and here, we'll go ahead and do this too. Like I was talking about, causing a little bit more stress on the where it's tucked in on the material. Okay, so now her legs, we're just going to draw a cloth. Pretty simple. Kind of following the contour of the leg because this one's stretched out. Same thing over here. And it's big baggy material, so it's just basically hanging down. Like that. Gonna come back up here, but it's going to stop because of the leg. This one you're looking at the top view. Like that. And again, because it's very loose, oops, I dropped my Sharpie. Because it's very loose hanging material, there's not a lot of stress on it because it's just hanging there, except for, we'll say, like maybe here. Like that's where it's a little stretched out. Okay, but yeah, pretty much there's not a lot we can do because it's just cloth hanging down. All right. Okay, so now we're just drawing legs with almost like her arms, gauntlets. So I'm going to draw, let's see, the knee was right there. Come down with a calf. And again, draw something kind of like that where it's the wrist part over the foot. So kind of like the opposite of that, the wrist, and then that's going to be over the foot. Now for the foot, close this off. For the foot, we're going to come down here, draw the toe, and then so when you draw a foot, the toes up, the fingers, the big toes up, the other toes that are like the rest of the fingers are down. So you're kind of doing something like this. Like that, okay? So this one points up, those point down. And again, with this Sharpie, we're not getting a lot of room for play with that, so don't worry too much about it. But I'm just kind of helping you out with toe placement. In case you get stuck, you find yourself in a bit of a toe jam. That's right, I got grandpa jokes. Okay, so same thing over here for this foot, just different angle. So knee coming down, shin, calf, again to the protector. Something like that. So I can draw the heel down to the toe. Again, kind of up. Other ones are down. So that's all you're really going to see anyway. Okay. Okay, and same thing like that. We're just going to accent a little bit like this. Maybe bend the material like that because we know it stretches. And that's pretty much all we can do for the foot. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is TOPH BEIFONG from The Last Airbender. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.